Hello, my dear friend. Lovely to see you yet again.
Great to see you, but I'll be virtually. I hope we can meet sometime soon in person.
Absolutely. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
But in the past 4 years, you've been doing exciting work. You've been really busy in the last 3 years. And this show was something that we spoke about when we last spoke.
Yes.
You had just wrapped up shooting. So now it's done. What was it like? Like you've done a Brahmand, Bharat Darshan you have done. What was it?
Yes. Oh, it was amazing. I think I definitely think you need to be blessed if you're part of such a series where you get to travel all across India, and that too to all the 18 Shakti Peeth, which I think is definitely. I somewhere think that it's a blessing or it's a divine calling, because not every day you get to visit such places. I never knew that such places existed, to be very and I believe that it's a blessing. As I said, it's a divine calling that I could get to experience all 18 Shakti Peeth, Mahashakti Peeth.
But it's a travelogue, but also it's delving into a family's dynamics.
Yes.
So when it came to you on paper, what was it about your character, who's incidentally called Priya as well, that you say that, let me play her, other than the lure of traveling?
No, honestly, when Ravi, BVS Ravi, who's written the script, when he called me for this, initially I had told him that I would have to think about it, solely because I had another project on hand, which you also know which one it was. So I had that project on hand, and I just, verbally committed to that project already. And we were to shoot at the same time that these guys wanted their dates. Now that everybody knows that I'm a part of it, I think I can proudly say that it was I had verbally signed Jawaan. I had said yes to it, and so there was a little problem with the dates, and they were very sweet enough to accommodate all the dates according to my dates, because they really wanted me to be a part of the project. That's with that being said, when Ravi narrated the whole story to me, I initially thought the same thing. I said, it's a travel log. I mean, why would you want me to be a part of it? He said, no, it's the complexity of the character that I want you to play. Because it's all about how Priya, who, I mean, I had actually suggested the same name, that kept some other name for me. So I said, look, that sounds very too traditional, and the character is not that very traditional. So I said, why don't we get a modern name? And so the main thing about the character is, she's a devoted wife. She's a mother of two. She is always dependent on her husband. She's not seen much of his success, but she's like very dependent. So this trip is all about how it's a self-realization that somewhere down the line she can also be independent, because all the time she's either dependent on her husband, or she's dependent on her father, she's dependent on her kids. But somewhere down the line, it's sort of it also takes into relationship how the relationship between the husband and her, how they, the dynamics change, and how they what it was to what it is going to be. And then her self-realization that, look, I can also be independent, I can also make my own decisions, and not every time I need to be dependent on somebody. So all these complexities are there in the character.
Awesome. So this Priya is a far cry from the other wife and mother that you have played.
I think somewhere down the line you might find some sort of some sort of a similarity, but apart from that, they're poles apart. Yeah.
Everyone is still curious to know Lolavla mein kya hua, to Family Man 3 mein bata doge hum sabko?
Only pehle start to hone do.
When do you think that we'll get to see? Because your co-star Shrikant Tiwari has said that aap end of the year shuru kar rahe hain.
I have a feeling that we might start by next year. Because, I mean, obviously Raj sir and DK sir, they're busy with their other show. And so I'm hoping that, after that releases, we might start ours. So I have a feeling that could be early next year we might start.
Wow, everyone's looking forward to that. You do realize now she has got
yes
your team like this.
Prying eyes. I think she was the most hated character in one of the most. She and Dhriti, both of them were the most hated characters in season 2. But I'm hoping that it changes on season 3.
Awesome. But two decades also, you've completed like 2 decades. So you have an illustrious career, and also the fact that you are the true blue pan-Indian artist. Multilingual ho aap, सब कुछ करते हैं. वो pan-Indian bubble तो burst हो गया, actor. But has the process changed from the time you made your debut to now? Has the process changed? What was the biggest challenge that you faced in these 20 years that you felt that you've overcome?
I think, well, fortunately for me, the process hasn't changed much. It's been just the same. People are looking at me. I mean, I think post the national award, people are looking at me at another angle. They're, whenever they approach, they're like, madam, we want a performer. You can perform well. You're a performer. You're an artist. So when you keep hearing that, it's somewhere in the head. You're like, okay, I've got one side of one step I've taken, but I still have a lot to take. I hope and I pray and hope that as long as the industry accepts me, and as long as the audience accepts me, I will continue doing films. Let's wait and see. I'm still hungry to do a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I know, because you're not one of the actors who's just like, banking on a star status. You always focus more on your talent and expertise.
Yeah.
How have you made that demarcation? Because sometimes वो star or actor का line ऐसे blur हो जाता है ना, समझ नहीं आता है. But what is it you feel that you have to achieve and going ahead? The way your career spanned out, what is the other direction you would want to take, if any?
If I want to, apart from acting, you mean? If I want to do something else, I'm extremely interested in directing. But saying this, I'm not going to say that tomorrow I'm going to direct a film. But I'm very curious about direction. I'm very curious about how, they set up the shot, what angle is to be taken, and, how they go about the approach to, each character and, their vision and everything. So I'm quite keen in that line. Yeah. But for now, I think being in front of the camera I'm quite comfortable with it. But you never know, if God permits and if something interesting takes off, and if I have the ability to, I might come behind camera as well.
Wow. And also a perception about yourself as an actor that you feel you need to change.
Oh, lots. I mean, I will not say that I'm perfect. Each day is a learning day. In fact, I mean, any movie, be it a web series, be it a new project, in fact, you get to learn so much from your co-stars. You get to learn so much about your character, the approach, because somewhere down the line, you will have a different approach you will have a different vision as to how, the character is supposed to be. But then I always say that acting is a give and take process. So that's what I try to learn from each and every project. And not only my own, but if I see something on a daily basis, I mean, you come across a lot of people where, some of their habits you can just learn by watching them, and you can just probably imbibe that in some other film, or maybe like a similar situation if it arises. Like, I generally do that.
What kind of the roles are you now going forward? 20 years to ho gaya. Abhi aage 20 years ka plan.
Arey, bahut hai. I want to do like a complete a villainous role.
Seen you in one, yeah, you'll be good.
Huh?
I'm not seen you in one, you'll be very good.
I want to play a villain. Bad. See, I did play one which just came out. It was called Custody. It just released on the 12th of May. But something like that, but maybe a little more, it's got that little more gray shade. It had a bit of gray, but maybe a little more gray shade. Full-on villain role I'd want to do, and a comedy role, which a full-length comedy role also I want to do, which probably I'll be starting soon.
Awesome. And also, since Jawaan is out, working with SRK after shaking a leg 1, 2, 3, 4, वो तो iconic हो गया था. Look, that says it all. What was it like? Please tell us. Whatever deets you can spill.
Well, I will be able to talk more once we're closer to the release date. But all I can say is it was a dream project. Working with SRK, apart from just the song that I did in Chennai Express, this is going to be something to look out for. And I'm super excited about Jawaan, and I'm just waiting, can't wait for it to release and can't wait for people to see it. And it's a dream combination, athlete, direction, SRK as the hero, and we all are there. So we 6 girls. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows it by now. So Sanya, myself, Girija, Leher, Alia, and Sanjeeta. So we 6 girls, and can't wait for people to see it when it comes out.
We can't wait either. And you also have got Maidan coming up.
Yes, I have Maidan coming up as well. That's also, it's a different project, and I'm so happy that it's going to come out soon. That's also, I play Ajay sir's wife, and she's like his motivator. And it's obviously based on a true story. It's about Rahim Saab, the football coach of India, and how he took them to play the Asian Games, I guess. And I may be wrong, but I think it's the Asian Games. I don't think it's the Olympics, but yeah, it's the Asian Games. And yeah, it is something to look out for, because such a film, and Ajay sir, working with him it's great. I mean, I just had about 12 to 15 days of shoot with him, but amazing experience. Amit Sharma as the director. Yeah, fantastic. Touch wood. I hope both the films come out well. I mean, they have come out well. I just hope the audience accepts them, and yeah, love them.
Also, for an actor who's done OTT, who's doing OTT web series, also from when it just had started, not done. In the meanwhile, also has blockbusters, theater, you're back the balance. What do you feel now going forward? How do you interpret this in terms of weightage? Because many actors feel the OTT has given them a lease of life. They can do a lot more because restrict ho jate.
Actually, in a way, it's true that OTT has opened up so much that people can experiment with, I think, roles which they probably wouldn't have gotten in a movie. So there's the variety of roles that they can do, the variety of concepts, variety of stories that people are coming up with. A lot of fantastic content people are coming up with in all the platforms that have come up. Be it series, be it web movie, and I've always said this, that digital is the next big thing in India. But saying that, somewhere you also feel that what is meant for a theater has to come out in a theater. Theater mein aane ke baad, once it comes out in the OTT, absolutely okay. But as long as we've always, I'm sure you also agree with me, we've grown up in a time when theater was the only thing at one point in time. It's right now, I think, for the past 2-3 years that I think COVID and post-COVID, when the OTT has just, it's just taken India by storm, or the world by storm. Like everybody is just sitting at the comfort of their houses and watching whatever they want to, across all the platforms. And nowadays, I feel all the makers are also, instead of fighting for satellite rights as to which channel or which, channel will take them up, I think they're fighting for, OTT rights as to which platform will take them up first. So that's how much digital has taken over India. It's a good thing, yes. For such, I think such content probably would not work in a theater as much as an OTT. Like, say, for example, now Sarvam Shaktimayam, what is going to come out on the 9th of June on Z5. I really thank Z5 for coming forward and saying that, this is a content that we will take, because probably if this was, I don't think if this was made into a movie or something, it probably wouldn't have seen the, it may not have come out in the theaters, or even if it did, it may not have done well. But at least OTT is coming up, so people will sit at the comfort of their houses, and they can just watch the series whenever they want to. You can pause, you can do your housework, come back, sit, continue and watch the thing and finish it, or you can binge watch it and finish the whole series in one go. It's your call. So I would say theater and OTT is a 50-50 thing for India right now.
And for the true blue pan-India artist, I mean, we have all gotten sick of that word pan-India, ki India ka actor hai, to India ka actor hai.
Yes.
For you, how do you see it? Because, the way RRR was, has been the toast of award ceremonies, for somebody who's worked on those industries,
yes.
Do you feel that others have suddenly realized that it exists karta hai dusra industry, jisko aap regional bolte hain?
It's better late than never now only. I think we have finally, I think, artists down south or not only South, I think East, West, everywhere, everybody is getting recognized. And that is what it was supposed to be, India, we are Indians, we are not North Indians, South Indians, East Indians, West Indians. We're not that. We are Indians, we are one. And as if finally people are recognizing talent everywhere and everybody is getting opportunity. I think that is the fantastic thing about OTT. That's one plus about the OTT, that there are so many hidden talents what people don't know about all across India. And looking at their work, they're like, "Arey yaar, ye to acha hai, ye achhi hai, inko le lete hain." So, as an actor, from this point of view, if you see, from our point of view, if you see, all actors are getting work elsewhere also, probably with a wider section of audience. People will see them more, they like them more, and they'll be like, "Arey yaar, aisa ek actor hai South mein or East mein, wherever." So I think it's a great thing that finally talent is getting recognized everywhere. And as I said, better late than never. And I also wish award functions also become one, not only movies.
I agree with you. And lastly, before we wrap up, also, we had spoken about this in the past, where you had said now rules are being written for women. The feminine perspective is coming out. And also, many of your colleagues, whether it's North, South, East, West, have been talking about high time you recognize a female actor's contribution in terms of her remuneration, in terms of the roles. Do you think उसमें कुछ progress हुआ है कि long way to go है?
थोड़ा सा progress तो definitely हुआ है. I wish it continues.
वही तो. But lovely talking to you. And other than that, other than acting, what are your other activities? Because I've seen you, even on your social media, you're not there in people's faces. Either your movie ka promotion, something that you have to, post. You're not all there in everyone's face. You keep a very a distance between a personal and professional.
As it should be, I mean, I don't think, see, social media is there to, yes, I do understand, and it's a way to connect with the fans, and obviously it's their love and support because of which we are who we are. But I do think that there is a line that has to be drawn, saying what we can put out to public, because they should also realize that we are also human beings at the end of the day. We also have a private life. We also have something called a family. We also have to devote our time to that. And as you can see, my wonderful fellow who's licking himself, he's cleaning himself. So I'm just saying, we also are as normal as possible. But I'm one person who have learned it the hard way, that not everything is meant for social media. What is meant to be for social media, I will definitely put it up with regards to either a promotion, or if I'm going for an event, what dress I'm wearing, obviously, because it's all wonderfully, I mean, I have to thank all the designers and my stylists to take that much time to come out and, to dress me up well for, the said event, whatever it is. So only for that, I would like to, show myself. Otherwise, I don't generally want to say, "Oh, you know what, I'm lying down today and I'll take a selfie and post it." I'm not going to do that, because it's,
that will be the day when we see you lying down and taking a selfie.
I mean, or I post a picture of him, a funny thing saying, "We're just Sundaying, we're just lying down," which I did on a Sunday. I took a picture, he was lying down right next to me. And I just took a picture of him because he was cute enough and he was lying down. And I said, okay, I don't want to post a picture of myself saying lying down and I'm lying down. No, I don't want to do that, because I don't think, that is needed. Whatever is needed for the fans and the thing, I would do it. But apart from that, I would generally say, keep yourself at a distance, I think.
And you spoke about designers. A lot of people in the South who are now popular now, all the so-called big designers are going to them, kapde pehn lo.
Finally, mere saath to aisa hota hi nahi hai, only seriously. As of now, I can say I have tried out some big designers kapde. I just tried it out, but I've not had the honor of wearing them yet, but I hope I can get that opportunity soon.
Why they have these apathies anyways? It's their loss, as I say. As we wrap up, what does PriyaMani do when she is not on set, when she's not doing her many reality shows, her web series and films? Oh my God, I don't know how anyone keeps up with you. So
Yeah, I think this is what me and my husband also talk about. He's like, I can't keep up with you. What are you doing every day? So no, on a daily basis, if I don't have shoot, I am at home. I'm just at home. I'm just watching TV like a regular person. I'm watching some series on catching up on whatever missed series. Asking your help also as to what to watch and what not to watch. And very sweet enough, you've been telling me watch this, watch this, watch this.
And the
So
other things I will not discuss what we discuss.
no, that is just for.
The movies that we send.
But yeah, I just try to catch up on whatever lost series I can. Just be at home, because one thing is I don't like to step out much.
Awesome chatting with you. You've got an exciting lineup again this year and
Yeah.
next.
That's good. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so this is cheers to another 20 years ahead. And
Oh.
we will keep thriving and flying. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you. See you soon. And definitely our Korean catch up is due.
Sarange.
Catch up is due. We'll definitely see you either in Bombay or in Delhi.
Sarange.
Sarange.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.